Hi everyone, you'll notice a new fee calculator button up the top of the project page today. And what this is for is it allows you to scale your stages independently of one another. So let's look at our current setup here. We have our stage variation down the bottom. And you'll notice when we change the project fee, the variation stage changes its fee as well, and we may not want that to happen. It's probably an hourly rate job, and we would like that to act independently from stages which are dependent on construction cost. This provides us with a new way of working around that. Let's open up the fee calculator, and we'll notice that we've got our project fee up the top here, as well as our phase fees down the side, and the percentage of the project fee which they represent. In order to keep the variation fee consistent while we modify the other stages, we can just check and uncheck this checkbox right here. So if we modify the fee, it scales like normal, but if we uncheck variation, it no longer scales with the rest of the stages. So when you first open it, you're probably going to need to do a little bit of cleanup. So we're just going to fix this and make everything 20%. And now all our phases will equal the total of our agreed fee. The agreed fee can work as a static number like this, but it's also a formula box, so we can type in our construction cost of $1,200,000, and we can times that by 10% and get our project fee from that. We can also do something along the lines of, we know the build is going to be 160 square meters, and we estimate that it'll be $6,000 per square meter, and derive our project fee from that. And it's going to adjust all your stages accordingly. What this allows you to do is scale only the phases which are tied to the agreed fee when you have that scope creep which constantly happens throughout your projects. So when we increase this to 180, we can see that all the fees across all our stages have scaled appropriately. We can also model this in a different way. We have a drop down here where we've got percent agreed fee less the previous stages. So when I select that, you can notice that this is now 0 because we are saying that we're going to bill for 20% minus the previous 20%. We can even drag this down one, and it's going to be negative 21,600 because we're billing for 20% minus 40%. So let's just put that in its correct position. So we can go ahead and modify all of these stages to be 40, 60, 80, and 100. And we'll see the same amounts we had previously. What's great about this is it allows us to lock our stages here. So we can say that Phase 1 and Phase 2 have already been completed, and even though the scope has increased on our project, we don't want to bill for the stages that have been completed. Instead, Phase 3 documentation is 60% minus what we've already billed for the completed stages. So we can go ahead and increase our square meterage up to 200,000. And we can see that Phase 3 has taken on a bit more expense than the other two stages because of that billing structure. We can now go ahead and click Adjust Fees here. When we do, we can see that all our fees have adjusted appropriately, except for variation, which has stayed the same, just like what we wanted. So I hope you liked this feature. Let me know if there's any extra functionality that you would like to see here. Hopefully one day we can start to incorporate this into the main project setup. I'm still working on some speed updates, so we need to get that out of the way first before we can start making any major improvements to the system, but hopefully that'll be ready in the next few weeks. Thanks.